Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from Bounding Into Comics. It's dated October 9th. And it's one of those things that just kind of makes me do another facepalm with MCU movies and just kind of going, why? Why can't anybody get the Fantastic Four right? It says rumor, and again, it is just a rumor. It says Reed Richards and Doctor Doom don't really interact in Marvel's Fantastic Four First Steps. Will share a vague relationship similar to Thanos and Tony in Infinity War. And so we're going to head into the pop culture arena on this channel one more time. And again, this pisses me off because it's like, can you guys just follow the comics? Is that freaking hard, really? Because for people that don't know, Reed Richards and Doctor Doom were basically college roommates. So in the comics, they know each other really, 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 really well. That's why their dynamic is so revered throughout comics, is because they're not friends. But they know each other really, really well. So instead, they're going to take the main dynamic of the entire Fantastic Four Doctor Doom relationship completely out altogether. So the MCU still making great decisions. It says, according to a new, though, in light of the studio's disregard for its original comic book source material, admittedly unsurprising, whisper currently sweeping the internet, Marvel Studios' upcoming The Fantastic Four First Steps will be making some particularly drastic changes to their Reed Richards Doctor Doom relationship. And I would say that is, and that's Alex Ross. Yeah, only Alex Ross can do something like this. That's pretty cool with Reed and Doom right in the middle. Anyway, I'm going to stop staring at that. And it says, this latest alleged insight regarding the blue uniform-clad MCU entry was first shared with the public on October 7th by the Cosmic Circus's Alex Perez. And I've never heard of that site before, so I don't know if it's reliable or not. It says, fielding reader questions for the site's monthly Q&A, Perez was asked, or at one point was asked, will the Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom dynamic in the MCU Secret Wars be any bit close to how impactful it is in the 2015 Secret Wars comic? It says, for those who did not get a chance to check out the strong state... Okay, thank you, ad, for just popping up right in the middle of that. It says, so we'll start that over again. It says, for those who did not get a chance to check out the strong stating but terribly ending crossover comic in Secret Wars, which I read when it came out in trade paperback, but I, honest to God, have no memory of it. I know I read it though. It says Richards and Doom's rivalry finally comes to a head as the former seeks to stop the latter, now in possession of the reality bending abilities of the Beyonders. And if you don't know who they are, go read the original Secret Wars comic from the 80s, and you'll know who the Beyonder is. And then Secret Wars 2, which is not anywhere near as good, but you'll get an idea. It says, so they're now in possession of the reality-bending abilities of the Beyonders, from ruling over all of reality as its God Emperor. While this clash eventually comes to physical blows, it ultimately concludes with Doom admitting that despite everything he knows, Richards would have done so much better with the Beyonders' powers. Well, yeah. He's the good guy. In turn, Perez explained, it's going to be hard, if I'm perfectly honest with you, mainly because Doom and Reed don't really interact in the Fantastic Four movie. Again... why not? Doctor Doom is as important to the history of the Fantastic Four as any secondary character to the main one is to any other thing. It's as important as the Joker is to Batman, or to Lex Luthor is to Superman. Hell, even Lois Lane is to Superman. Okay, he's that important. It says, I like to think of it more as Thanos and Tony in Infinity War, where Tony knew a threat from space was coming, but he didn't know exactly who it was until Infinity War. Yet Thanos knew nearly everything he noted to about Tony. He details, says, just switch Thanos with Doom and Tony with Reed. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. This isn't hard, really, people, to get the Fantastic Four correct. Some more gorgeous Alex Ross art. It's not difficult. In 3 Fantastic Four movies, they're counting the 2 Tim Story ones with Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis and Chris Evans playing a different MCU character, and the one that Josh Trank made years later with Michael B. Jordan and Kate Mara and Miles Teller. In those 3 movies, no one's gotten it right, and it's not that difficult, and certainly no one's gotten Doctor Doom right yet. So I guess we're gonna still go for that. So unfortunately for fans of Marvel's First Family, this tease was the most information offered up by Perez regarding the Fantastic Four First Steps. Because the only other tidbit regarding the film that he shared during this month's Q&A was the fact that the Future Foundation will in fact be around during the team's next adventure. And the Future Foundation and I haven't read like every Fantastic Four comic, read a pretty decent amount. So this could have, I know the Future Foundation was something that happened in more recent Fantastic Four comics, like since the 2010s. I don't remember it existing in anything I read prior to that. Again, could be totally wrong. Correct me if I am. That's totally fine. So they're using, again, they're starting with more modern stories than they are going back to like old stuff that people actually want to see. You know, doing the modern stuff that nobody really wants to see. This is pressed as to whether he could provide any insight on what the Future Foundation's role will be in the Fantastic Four first steps. Just because we've been seeing it teased in promo art and rumors, Perez asserted, they're investigating the cosmos and beyond. I can't comment beyond that. Now, what are the odds that they're not called the Fantastic Four and then the Future Foundation is coming into existence afterwards, but that the company is called the Future Foundation, or FF, and then people just decide to start calling them the Fantastic Four because the Future Foundation is FF? What are the odds that's the case in the movie? So doing it completely backwards. Scrolling down, it says, outside of Perez's teases, very little information is currently known about just what is set to go down in first steps. That's correct. And I'm not that I'm really paying attention, but I haven't seen anything apart from this article. It says, aside from official casting details for the film's main team, the only other confirmed information known about the film is that it will feature an appearance from both a gender-swapped version of the Silver Surfer, as portrayed by inventing Anastar Julia Garner, and the cosmic entity's boss, Galactus, as confirmed via preview pages shown during the 2024 San Diego Comic-Con. And again, this is stupid. Galactus is not a one-movie-and-out sort of villain. He is a Thanos-level threat, and possibly worse. Then again, I'd probably say Thanos is actually maybe worse, but again, he's a bring everybody together to fight him sort of thing, even though the Fantastic Four in their first encounter were the only ones that fought him and won with this scene right here with Reed Richards with the ultimate nullifier. And then the gender swap Silver Surfer, I hate just because I am a Silver Surfer fan. I mentioned this in previous videos. He is my favorite character, and he's a dude who, doing a race swap, completely inverts his story. And I like her as an actress. She's phenomenal in the stuff I've seen her in. Go watch Ozark, just for a hint. There's a main character on there. I never saw how Ozark finished because I got rid of Netflix, but she was great on that. And I think she's in The Americans, too, the Kerry Russell show from a few years ago. But yeah, I think this is just a mistake to put Galactus in there at first. But I guess they're making Doom the big threat. It seems, at least. I could be, again, totally wrong. But it says the Fantastic Four First Steps is currently set to start exploring the cosmos on July 25th of 2025. So it's coming out in, 7 months or so? Or no, it might 9 months. Yeah, I can't do math. Yeah, again, that's the end of the article, but I don't agree with the way they're handling this. If this is the case, because remember, it says rumor right here. So if it is the case, then it's wrong, and they still don't get the Fantastic Four right. And if it is, in fact, just a rumor, good, because these two need to be a lot closer than they actually are going to be made out to be supposedly in this movie. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Are you still watching MCU stuff? I'm really not. Do you plan on seeing the Fantastic Four movie? I'm not, as it stands right now. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.